Good day to everyone, and this time we are already on part 3 of our video presentation. So, we are done the last time already with the primary classification and then the secondary classification. So, for this time, we are going to move on with the sub-secondary classification. Okay, so reminder, before we are going to have here the sub-secondary classification, make sure that you have already learned or you have already watched, okay, tutorials or the video regarding the ridge counting and then ridge tracing po. Okay, because it is very much, or this is the time that you are going to apply ridge counting for loops and ridge tracing for whirls. And in this classification, we are going to use those, okay, techniques in attaining or in obtaining sub-secondary classification. Okay, so again, I'll be putting the link with regards to our lesson on the ridge tracing and then ridge counting on our video description. So kindly try to watch that first. Okay, if ever na hindi pa ninyo, okay, nakukuha kung paano mag-ridge counting and then mag-ridge tracing. Okay, so for you to easily adapt, okay, or for you to easily learn, okay, how to obtain sub-secondary classification. Okay, so we have here now on the sub-secondary classification what fingers are involved in here. Okay, so we are going to include or we are going to focus on the three fingers. Okay, so ano yung mga yon? Okay, so ang focus na po natin ngayon is the index, okay, the middle, and then the ring finger. So ano yung kukunin natin sa kanila? Okay, both hands po yan. Both right and left hands po. Okay? So ano yung ano yung ilalagay natin sa classification line? Okay? Okay, so this is based on the ridge count. Okay? So this is derived through the process of ridge counting. Kaya sinabi ko kailangan nyo talagang balikan. Okay? Paano mag-ridge count? Okay? Ridge counting the loop. Okay? And ridge tracing the whirl patterns. Okay? So just in case naninibago pa tayo or nakalimutan natin, kailangan nating balikan yon. Okay? For us to obtain sub-secondary classification. So yun po yung titignan lang natin dito. Ridge counting po ng loop, then ridge tracing po ng whirl patterns. Okay? Sir, tanong po. Bakit paano kapag ang nakita po natin sa index, middle fingers po natin, ring fingers po natin ay arch patterns. Okay? Arch family. Okay, patterns. So, ano po ang gagamitin? Ano po ang gagawin doon, sir? Okay? So, hindi na po natin sila i-ridge count or hindi na po natin sila i-ridge trace. Okay? So, ang gagawin lang po natin, okay? Ang gagawin lang po natin ay maglalagay lang po tayo ng dash, okay, sa classification line. Okay? And then, yung iba rin po, instead na maglagay ng dash, ay katulad na rin po sa secondary classification, ano yung ginagawa? Kapag hindi dash yung nilalagay, minsan, they just leave it blank. Okay, so ganin din po sa sub-secondary classification. So, pag arch po yung nakita natin, we don't need to ridge trace or hindi na po natin kailangan din na ridge counting. Okay? So, ang focus lang po natin, loop and then whirl patterns. Okay, kaya pag loop yan, ridge counting ang gagawin natin. Pag whirl po yan, ridge tracing po ang gagawin natin. Okay, and then tatlong fingers ang involved. Again, the index, the middle, and then the ring finger. Okay, so that is what we are going to look on sub-secondary classification. So now, the last time we are done with primary classification, secondary classification, and then the position of the sub-secondary classification on the classification formula, okay, is on the left side. On the right side, just beside the secondary classification. So, tandaan po natin yung arrangement pa rin. Okay, so dito po natin ilalagay si sub-secondary classification. So, now, we have here, okay, recording ridge count. So ano po yung gagamitin natin? Yung symbol na ilalagay natin or yung letter na ilalagay natin sa ating classification formula. Okay? So hindi po loop or radial or hindi po letter R or hindi po U ang ilalagay natin, but instead itong dalawa lang po. Okay? Kapag loop pattern po. Okay? Pag pinerform natin ang ridge counting. Okay? Ang lalagay po lang natin, ang i-record lang po natin is inner or I po ang ilalagay. Okay? That is representing inner, and then O that is representing outer. Okay? So, dalawa for the loop pattern. Okay? Ridge count. I or O. Is that, again, if you remember, we said the last time sa primary classification, there should be an arbitrary count of 1 or automatically added. Okay? 1 dun sa primary classification para maiwasan natin yung 0, 0 primary classification. Kasi, sabi natin, meron po tayong symbol na O or letter O din na nilalagay sa classification formula dito sa subsecondary classification. Okay, so yun po yung dahilan para maiwasan nating magkalituhan na yan ay 0 or yung letter O is 0, okay, or yung O, yung number na 0 is letter O. Okay, so yun yung dahilan. So again, tandaan po ninyo sa recording ridge count is inner or outer po. Okay, ang gagamitin natin. And then as we all know, okay, parehas lang po yung ruling dun sa dun sa recording ng whole tracing na napag-aralan natin. So yung IMO, tatlo. Inner, meeting, and outer. Okay, I stands for inner, M stands for meeting, and O for outer. Okay, so ngayon, yun yung mga symbols po na ilalagay natin sa classification formula, classification line. So again, automatic pa rin. Okay, so kung primary classification pala is numerator is yung even number fingers, okay? Sa denominator niya is add numbered fingers. Okay, ngayon sa subsecondary classification parehas lang po sa secondary classification. Okay? So ang numerator natin is si right hand, okay, or the fingerprint patterns that we find, okay, that we were able to find sa ating right hand. And then denominator yung nasa left hand po. Okay? So that is just for us to take note also. Okay, so paano ngayon natin masasabi na yan ay inner, meeting, outer? Paano natin masasabi yan na the ridge count is inner or outer? So meron po tayong table ngayon. Okay, so yung table po natin for loops, okay, ridge counting is eto. Okay, so tandaan po natin, ang focus po natin is the three fingers, sabi natin. Okay, the index finger, the middle finger, and then the ring finger. Okay? So, ngayon, magkakaiba po yung table na gagamitin natin. Okay? Magkakaiba po sila. So, tandaan po natin, here in the index finger, okay, masasabi po natin na inner siya kapag there are 1 to 9, okay, intervening ridge counts. Okay? Or intervening ridges. Okay? We were able to count. Okay? Sabi natin sa ridge counting, di ba, we are going to, it's important for us to know, okay, the position of the delta, and then the core, and then we are going to draw an imaginary line, and then with that, we are going to count, okay, those intervening ridges that was passed by the imaginary line. Di ba? Ganun po yung gagawin natin sa ridge counting. Okay? So, kapag nagkataon, 1 to 9 po, okay, in the method of classification, we were able to count. Okay, as we practice ridge counting, we were able to count 9 intervening ridges or 1 to 9 intervening ridges. Then we can say, okay, in the subsecondary classification, that is an inner loop. Okay, for the index finger. Okay, and then pag 10 pataas, that is outer. Okay, take note sa index finger po yan. Okay? So, wag po tayong mali dito. So, sa index finger, inner siya kapag 1 to 9 po. Okay? 1 to 9 intervening ridges. And then, kapag 10 or more po siya, that is an outer loop. Okay? And with that, that is for index finger. For middle finger naman, paano naman po yun, sir? So, ito po yung table na gagamitin natin. So, mas mataas lang siya ng isa sa index finger. So, sa inner, we are going to consider 1 to 10 intervening ridges and then 0, O, or outer kapag yan po ay 11 or more than 11. Okay? And same as to the ring finger, inner po siya kapag 1 to 13 and then outer po siya kapag 14 or more intervening ridges. Okay? Yung nabilang natin. Okay, so yan po sa loop. So tandaan po ninyo ang ating table. Okay, so ngayon we have here also for the whirls. So same lang naman po nung nabanggit natin dun sa previous video natin on the ridge tracing. Okay, so review na lang po natin. So that is an inner whirl kapag yung intervening ridges, okay, there are 3 or more intervening ridges inside or in front of the right delta. Okay, or nasa taas kapag yung intervening ridges ay nasa taas po ng ating right delta, di ba? Okay, and then kapag yan ay less than 2 naman, kapag sa baba naman ng delta, okay, 3 or more intervening ridges sa baba ng right delta, okay, ang symbol po natin dyan or ang classification po natin dyan sa whirl na yan is an outer whirl. Okay? Pero wala pong problema sa meeting kasi sa meeting whirl, there are 2 or less intervening ridges. It doesn't matter kung above the right delta or below the right delta. Okay? So, again, if you hardly still understand about the ridge counting and ridge tracing, I advise you to go back, okay, on the video with regards to ridge counting and ridge tracing for us to be easily for you to easily cope up with the subsecondary or obtaining subsecondary classification. Okay, so moving on, we have here an example. Okay, so tinanggal na natin. Same pa rin. Ito ay basic illustration of the fingerprint card. So right hand pa rin po ito. And then ito rin po ay sa left hand. Okay, so tinanggal na natin para hindi na natin na tayo malito. So wag na natin isama si right thumb, left thumb, at saka little finger on the right and left hand. Okay, so tatlo po yung i-include natin, sabi natin kanina sa subsecondary. Okay, so let's say sa right index finger, ang pattern po na meron tayo is okay, nakatutok po yung opening niya sa radial bone. So still that is a radial loop. Radial loop po ito. Okay, and then ito naman is an ulnar loop, and then this is also a ulnar loop. Ito naman nakuha sa left finger. Okay? And then this time nakatutok po siya sa ulnar bone. Kaya ang sagot po natin, or that is an ulnar loop. And this time it is a radial loop. And this time it is an ulnar loop. Okay? So let's say puro loop po yung nakita natin dyan na tatlo. Ay, sa tatlong fingers or sa 6 na fingers na yan. Okay? So, with that, meron po tayo dito. Sabi natin, we are done. Okay, let's say, tapos na tayong nag-perform ng ridge counting. Okay, na-perform na natin yung fingerprint na nakita natin dito, nakapag-ridge count na tayo. So, let's say, meron tayong 10 intervening ridges. Okay, sa radial loop na ito. Okay, sa finger number 2. So, ito din, sa kabila naman, nabilang na natin, there are 11 intervening ridges. So, yan po yung nasa finger number 3. And then, ganun din po dito sa ring finger. Nagbilang din po tayo, ridge counting. Okay? 20 intervening ridges. Same as to the others dito sa baba. Okay? Sa right index, sa left index. Okay? So, this is the left index finger. Then, we are going to have here 8 intervening ridges yung nabilang natin. Sa left middle, okay? This is left middle. And ang nakita po natin na intervening ridges is 15. Okay? And then sa kabila naman po, left ring finger, nakakita naman po tayo ng 16 intervening ridges. Okay? So, with that, let's try to put it up on dun sa subsecondary classification natin. Okay? Paano po yung symbol na yan? So, babalikan po natin, aalahanin po natin yung table na na-present natin kanina. So, unahin na lang muna natin si right index at saka si left index. Okay, so wag po nating sundin yung nakalagay dito. Typographical error po, and that is left should be. That is L. Okay, so yun. Unahin po muna natin si right index and then si left index finger. Okay, so balikan natin sa table kung hindi nahirapan pa tayong maalala. Okay, so tingnan natin 1 to 9 inner. Okay, 10 or more outer loop. Okay, so tingnan natin right index finger 1 to 9. Pasok ba siya sa inner? Hindi, di ba? So outer na siya, kaya O po yung nilagay natin dito. And then sa denominator naman, okay? Left index finger, 8 intervening ridges. Okay? Yung nabilang natin. So anong ilalagay? Is it is it O? Outer? Is it inner? Okay, ang ilalagay natin, since less than 9 naman siya, or within 1 to 9 intervening ridges naman siya, or ridge count. Okay, kaya I po yung nalagay sa denominator. Okay, so yan po yung sa index finger. Middle finger naman, parehas lang ba dun sa counting? Or sa table sa yung table natin na ginamit natin sa index finger? So, hindi po, di ba? So, hindi. So, ang gagamitin na natin is ito, yung para sa middle finger naman. Okay? So, 1 to 10, and then 11 or more. 1 to 10 inner, and then outer naman for 11 or more. Okay? So, balikan natin. Si middle finger, right middle finger, is it inner or outer? Okay? So, sabi natin 1 to 10 inner. 11 or more, that is considered to be as outer. Kaya, O po yung nalagay dito. Diba? And then, ganun din sa baba. Kasi it's more than 11. So, outer din po. And going to the ring finger naman, 20 intervening ridges or 20 ridge counts and 16 ridge counts. Okay? Is it outer or inner? So, tingnan natin yung table naman na magagamit for the ring finger is this. So, inner, 1 to 13, and then outer, 14 or more. Okay, so pasok ba sa inner? Parehas po sila na pasok sa outer. They are more than 13. Okay, kaya O po yung nalagay. So, overall, ito po ang ating subsecondary classification. And ito po yung ilalagay natin sa classification formula. Triple O over I double O. Okay, so yan po dito sa part na to. Okay, so ito yung kapag loop po lahat. Okay, paano naman kapag let's say sa horse? Horse po yung nakita natin. Okay, kung whirl naman po, sabi natin ridge tracing ang i-apply natin, and then we are going to determine if that is a meeting whirl, inner whirl, or outer whirl. Okay, so again, same as to this part. Okay, sabihin natin we have here a whirl pattern. And then we were able to find out, okay, on the right index, we were able to find here a whirl pattern, right middle finger, whirl pattern pa rin, and then same as to the ring finger, whirl pattern. And this time we are going to have here the left index on the left middle finger and then the left ring finger. Okay, so for the left index finger, we were able to find out the whirl pattern. Left middle finger, meron po tayong arch, and then meron po tayong whirl sa left ring finger. Okay, and let's say we were able to perform already ridge tracing. So tapos na tayong mag-ridge tracing, and then find out natin this is a meeting whirl. Okay, meeting whirl po siya, and then meron na po tayo dito na find out din natin that is an inner whirl po yung meron tayo dito, and then dito naman sa finger number 4, inner whirl po yung na-find out natin. Okay, after performing ridge tracing. Ganon din. Okay, assuming natapos din natin ridge tracing dito. So, that is outer. Outer whirl yung na-find out natin. Pero dito, arch. Are we going to perform ridge counting or ridge tracing? Sabi natin kanina, hindi. We neither, okay, perform ridge counting or ridge tracing. So, wala po. Just as is na ganyan. And then we are just going to put dash or leave it blank. Okay, and then ganun din po sa left ring finger, we have here a whirl, and we were able to perform ridge tracing and assuming na na-find out natin that is an inner whorl. Okay, so ano po yung ilalagay na natin sa subsecondary classification? So hindi na po tayo gagamit ng table doon sa loop, pero syempre na gamit natin na table is on the ridge tracing. Okay, so yon sa index finger and then left index finger. Okay, numerator natin is M, meeting, and then the denominator is O. Okay, and then ganun din sa middle finger, I. We are going to put it here, and then syempre, arch po yan. We are going to put dash in here or leave it blank yung iba, yung ginagawa ng iba. And then the ring finger, that is inner, both inner. Okay, so yan po yung ilalagay natin, or ito na po yung ilalagay natin sa classification. Okay, M-I-I. Okay, or O-I. I mean, M-I-I over O-I. So yan po yung subsecondary classification natin. Okay, so summary of the rules. Okay, kasi paano naman kapag amputated finger or finger missing at birth na naman? Okay, simply apply the rules that we have learned or we have said dun sa primary classification. So, ganun din sa whole naman, apply ridge tracing pa rin. Okay, pero tignan natin dito sa okay, amputated finger. So, sabi natin, this is on the right hand. Still, let's create our own example. Right hand, left hand, and exclude na natin yung para hindi tayo malito. So, leave it blank yung thumbs natin and then the little fingers. Kasi tatlo yung focus natin sa subsecondary classification. Okay, so let's say on the, this is the middle finger. Okay, middle finger. Let's say middle finger. Okay, sa taas na lang natin ilagay. Okay, so that is finger number 2 or middle finger. Finger number 3, that is not middle. Okay, sorry for that. So it should be index finger. All right, index finger, and then we have here middle finger, and then we have here the ring finger. Okay, index. Magkalito tayo sa natin sa IMO. This is middle. Okay, so middle finger po ito, and ring finger. Okay, so medyo pangit yung sulat natin dito. So anyway, I hope, again, ulitin ko, index finger po ito, and then middle finger and ring finger po. So same as to the left hand. So ngayon, let's say dito sa index finger, we were able to find out a radial loop. Okay, and then sa middle finger natin, sabihin natin AMP. Okay, AMP. And then sabihin natin dito sa ring finger natin sa right hand, we were able to find out, okay, ulnar loop. Okay, and then dito naman sa baba, okay, left hand index finger, we were able to find out a whorl pattern, plain whorl. And then sabihin naman natin dito sa part na to, we were able to find out a whorl pattern again, and then dito naman a radial loop pattern. Okay, and let's say we were able to perform a ridge counting already, and then nakita natin sa radial loop pattern na ito, we were able to count 10 intervening ridges, okay, or 10 ridge counts. And dito amputated. So wala tayong nakuha ang pattern kasi amputated or finger missing at birth. And then the ulnar loop, let's say we were able to perform, okay, ridge counting already, and nakahanap tayo, nabilang natin there are 20 ridge counts. Okay, and then sa whorl naman, dito sa baba, let's say nakapag-ridge tracing na tayo, then we were able to find out the ridge tracing is meeting whorl. And then dito naman, same ridge tracing tayo and inner. And lastly, dito radial loop, nag-ridge count tayo, nakakita tayo ng 16 ridge counts. Okay, so Halimbawa, ganyan po yung, ganito po yung, ano natin, ganito po yung, after performing blocking out, okay, we were able to find out ganyan po yung itsura. Okay? So, nakapag-ridge count, nakapag-ridge tracing na tayo, and ito na po yung kinalabasan. So, ngayon, we are going to look on for the sub-secondary classification. So, this time, ang problema, merong amputated finger. So, balikan natin yung rule. Sabi dyan, for the amputated finger or finger missing at birth, apply the rule on primary classification. So, same as the rule na ginamit natin sa primary classification. Okay, so balikan natin yung rule na to or the application. Okay, so unahin muna natin sa sa right index finger and then the left index finger. So anong ilalagay natin? 10 ridge counts. So sa index finger 1 to 9, ibig sabihin inner siya, di ba? Kapag 10 or more, papasok po siya sa outer. So gusto nating i-sure, balikan natin ulit, di ba, yung table? Ito yung table natin kanina. So, sabi natin, kapag yan ay inner, 1 to 9. Okay? Outer naman po siya kapag 10 or more. So, sagot. Ano yung magiging, ano yung ilalagay natin dito? 10 reach count siya. Kaya ang ilalagay natin sa classification formula, that is outer. Okay, outer or letter O. Okay, and then meron din tayo sa baba niya sa left index finger. Hindi din, yan yung ilalagay natin sa denominator. So we were able to find out meeting whorl siya. So ang ilalagay natin ay M. Okay? And with that, we were able to find out, okay, amputated. Okay? Amputated dito sa kabila. Okay? So with that, ang gagawin po natin ay same rule with the primary classification. So ano po yung ano po yung pattern on the opposite finger? Ang pattern po niya is whorl with an inner, inner, or we classified as inner whorl, di ba? So inner siya. So yan po din po ang magiging classification ng amputated finger na ito. So we are going to write I in here and then same as to the denominator I. Okay? So ganun po yung mangyayari dyan. Okay? Kasi yun yung sabi sa rule natin. Okay? And then paano naman kapag sa Kapag dito sa ring finger, 20 intervening ridges. Okay? Sabi natin sa ring finger, okay? Kapag yan ay 1 to 13 intervening or 1 to 13 ridge counts, inner po siya. Kapag more than 13, then that is outer already. Kaya mapapansin niyo 20 and then 16, that is both outer po siya. Okay? So, paano naman kapag nilagay dyan ay ang ginamit dito? Sabihin natin, we were able to perform ridge tracing. Okay? And then, nakakita tayo ng, nakapagbilang tayo ng ridge counts, intervening ridges, let's say 4 above or 4 above or in front of the right delta. Sabihin natin. Ganon. Okay? 4 ridges. 4 intervening ridges above the right delta. So, ano yan? Is that a inner whorl or outer whorl? Okay? So, sabi natin kapag yan ay there are 3 or more. Okay? Balikan natin yung table para ma-sure natin. Okay? Sabi dyan, 3 or more intervening ridges inside or in front. Inside or in front or above, okay, of the right delta, then that is inner. Okay, kapag nasa baba naman ng right delta or outside right delta, then that is outer, di ba? So meron tayo dito 4 intervening ridges above the or in front of the right delta, then that is a inner whorl. Kaya papalitan na po natin, okay, yung O na nilagay natin dito into inner. Okay. Oh, yung it's not the O but it's the M. Okay, hindi na po siya meeting whorl. Alright? So, that is I and that is okay. So, medyo nalito tayo. Hindi siya I. Okay, sorry for that. Kasi 10 intervening ridges, that is O. Okay? Yung sa right hand, right index finger natin. Ito. Okay, and dito sa whorl, sabi natin that is an inner kasi above right delta or in front right delta. Okay? Kapag below naman, for below right delta, okay, for intervening ridges below right delta, then papalitan natin that is an outer whorl. Okay? Pag yan ay 2 less than 3, okay, 2 or 2 and below, then ang magiging symbol po natin is M, meeting whorl. Okay? So, ganun po yan. And ngayon, another situation. Baka merong napapaisip dyan. Sir, paano naman? Putol parehas yung kamay. Okay? I mean, putol parehas yung, ano niya, yung, yung fingers niya. Okay? So, kung putol lahat yung fingers niya, then, ang mangyayari dyan is, okay, so let's say, ito, yung both opposite fingers. Amputated ulit siya. So, same rule with the primary classification. Same rule what we have applied dun sa primary classification. So, amputated. Ano yung sabi sa primary classification? If both hands, if both fingers, okay, on the opposite, okay, both hands, both of the right hand and the left hand, okay, the finger is amputated. Okay, so wala tayong basis, di ba? Di katulad kanina, isa lang. Kaya ang basis natin yung opposite hand. Opposite finger, di ba? So ngayon, parehas is amputated. Sabi doon sa rule ng primary classification, we are going to treat them as meeting whorl, di ba? Yes, they are going to treat them as whorl with a ridge tracing with a ridge tracing na meeting. Kaya meeting whorl. Kaya parehas po na M na ang mailalagay dito sa secondary classification natin. Subsecondary classification natin. Okay? So, ganun po yung gagawin natin just in case meron pong amputated fingers ang ating subject. Alright? So, yan po yung sa subsecondary classification. So, I hope that this video at least help us, okay, understanding more about obtaining subsecondary classification. So with that, once again, thank you very much for watching this video and see you next time.